Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my growth channel. I wanted to create a short video on how I meditate. There are tons of ways to meditate out there. There's tons of videos. There's tons of videos on the benefits, on basically every facet of meditation. But I think when I first started out and before I had talked to anybody or gone down the path on my own meditation journey, I thought it was real hokey and I didn't know what it was. And I think that if you don't know, it kind of gets a bad rap, like it's some hokey thing where people sit there and something that monks do and people who live in California. I think that it can be kind of pigeonholed. And so what I wanted to just kind of go over is so I started out meditation about 2 years ago, and I started with this app that was called Headspace. I had been watching a bunch of personal growth videos. I had seen a bunch of these really successful, rich people who were getting into meditation, or they do it as a daily habit. And so I said, okay, well, let me see what it's all about. And I ended up finding this app called Headspace, and I started using it. Now it does guided meditations, and it has a bunch of benefits and good things about meditation. And I'm really happy that I did that app and started using it because it helped me to create a habit. So we all know it takes 21 days to create a habit. And the more we do it and we get into a rhythm, like as human beings, we have to get into a rhythm of things. And so that app helped me to get into a habit. And so now on my journey, as I've been meditating just about every day, about 10 minutes, nothing too crazy. Some days longer, some days I'm also meditating at night to help me sleep. But so I've used that app as a guided meditation, and so it's helped me to understand what the practice is. And really what the practice of meditation is sitting silent and controlling your thoughts, because we all know that our brains race, and some more than others, and we have tons and tons of thoughts all throughout the day. And so meditation is a practice to help us to control our mind and our thoughts. And that's all it is. It's not hoping and wishing that things are gonna get better. What it is it's trying to help us take control of our best and most beneficial part of our whole body and existence. It's our minds. So if we can control our minds, then we can control so much. I mean, there's a saying that says mindset is what separates the best from the rest. And I believe that's true, because there's a lot of different people and who have had different successes and failures, and it all comes back to their mindset. And so that's what meditation is to me. It may mean different things to other people. I don't think there's a good or a bad way to meditate. It's just different. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. And so it was hard for me to get into it, because I didn't know what it was. But then the more I practiced it and the more I've done research, watched YouTube videos, audiobooks and stuff like that, I've come to find out that really it is the practice of controlling your mind. Place, I get to choose. I choose what I want to think about in my meditation. Usually it's me sitting in a grassy field, and I'm sitting in the meditated position, and I'm watching myself breathing. And so I'm controlling my breath, because that is the most important part to meditation, and you'll find that actually controlling your breath, you can use that in every thing in your life, and it'll help you. It'll help you if you start to get mad, if you get scared, if you get nervous. Controlling your breath will very much help control your mind. And so that, to me, is what meditation is. It was helping me to use my breath to help control the thoughts in my mind. And so 10 minutes, I sit there, and if you're using guided meditation, they'll guide you through it, and that's good. And I think through natural progression, like most people, I've gotten away from the guided meditation, and now I listen to frequencies, which is just music without lyrics, and then I choose my thought, and it could be more than one thought, but the idea is to choose something to think about, breathe very consistently, and take control of your breath. And then as soon as your mind starts to wander, bringing it back. And then you'll think about it. It happens to me all throughout meditation, and the more we do it, the better we get. But so I choose a thought to think about, and then my mind starts to wander, and then sometimes it wanders for a couple seconds or even a minute, and then I'm able to bring it back. And so that right there is exactly what I think meditation is. It's the art of noticing your mind's racing and then bringing it back and then centering. And so the more you do it, the longer you'll be able to sit and have that thought and stay in control of your mind, because that's what meditation is. You're controlling your mind, you're controlling your thoughts. And this will help you in so many other areas of your life. And so I found that it's really helped me. It's really helped me to take control, because my mind races. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are the same thing. Sometimes you try to go to bed and your mind is just firing and firing and firing and firing. That's natural. You're not weird. You're not different. Everybody's minds do that. And so that is what I have come to find out where meditation has helped me the most. It's helped me to notice that I go off path and then bring myself back. And then I sit there and think. And then in silence or with music, nature is really the best soundtrack for meditation. There's something about being out in nature. I think there's a lot of, whether you want to call it energy or positive vibes, whatever the case may be, but there's something calming and soothing about nature. That could be in a forest on a hike, or that could be on the beach listening to the waves crash. There's something very calming about nature. And so I think it helps us to get in touch with ourselves, because we like many things are just energy and vibrating at different levels. But so meditation, I think it really can help a lot of people out. And I think a lot of people, it can get a bad rap because, they hear some funky, whatever it is, people talking about it, or certain people trashing it, or they think it's weird. But in all reality, I think it can help everybody, and if it's given a honest shot, and especially if you're in a personal growth journey, and you're trying to change your mindset, change how you want to get whatever it is. You want better at relationships, you want more money, whatever the case may be. But so I think that meditation can really help you to get the things that you want in life, and then to also kind of gain control of how your thoughts, how you react to people. And so it just can help out a lot of things. And so that is how I meditate now. I'll sit down in the seated meditation position. Some people use crystals. They put crystals on their head. Some people put crystals on their shoulders. They hold them in their hands, because it's just whatever helps you to get into a deeper meditative state. Like I say, there is no right and there is no wrong. And I would go into this with an expectation that you're going to suck, because you have to kind of be willing to be a fool in order to learn a new habit. And so that's what's nice about meditation, is you could be in on your own. You can be in your house, preferably meditation works really well in the morning, because you just woke up, your mind is functioning at a different wavelength, or it's in a different state, a theta state, and so it's more susceptible to what it hears. And so it's before we eat food and we get sugar and processed food and all this stuff in our system, because what we eat directly affects our body's chemistry and how our mind acts. And so, that's where it is good. And so there's so many different ways to do it. Don't let anybody tell you there's a right and there's a wrong way. It's how you want to do it. Getting into the habit, do whatever it takes. And if you don't like it, that's totally cool too. Like, it's not for everybody. Who knows? Maybe you'll get into it a little bit, not like it, and then later on down the road, in a different stage in your life, you'll get back into it. So, I think it's that is the main keys is, set an expectation that you're not going to do well. Your mind's going to race and it's going to be tough in the beginning, but just try to stick with it for a little while. And I think you'll come to find the benefits for it. And you find that you'll maybe, the more you understand it, the more things you look up, the more YouTube videos, maybe kind of like this and like others that talk about meditation, then it might give you a better, more full picture and coming to understand what it actually is, because it's all about mental health, and it's being in control of our emotions. And so, for emotionally intelligent, we're aware of how our body acts, how we are in control of our body. We are in control of our mind. As long as we can control our breath, we can do different things to put us into different states. We are in control. And that's where it's really easy to lose that and think that we aren't in control. That's a normal thought. And that happens to me too. But I just have to remember, just like in meditation, I have to bring it back. And then keep in mind that, that's okay as long as I bring it back, bring it back. So I hope this video helps you guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down, and I will try to get to you as soon as possible. I'm going to try to create more content on such things, meditation, personal growth, eating. I think all these things come into play with each other. So I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't too long, and see you the next time.